Had a really great concept. The story had depth. It provided history and backstory, and it was written like a play. There was, I believe, 4 acts. And I like that it had a little bit of everything. It had the cursed hands. It had an ill-fated romance, death, resurrection. It had sacrifice, so something for everyone. The claymation, of course, was so beautiful. It was textured and detailed and creepy and beautiful, and it was so lovely to watch it come to life.
Great job with the 4 acts. Used very vivid and graceful animation, focusing on the hollowed cheeks and the withered fingerprints of the subjective hands. I thought it made great use of texture and color in the animation, which I just thought was gorgeous. But I thought Sarusha Betty deserves significant shout out because the sound editing, particularly in Act 2, when we have a transformative and deformed character because of his new hands, really helped us empathize with this mutating monstrous character despite him being a cartoon. By the way, the animation I thought was graphic, vivid, and just absolutely graceful. The sounds really helped with the resetting of the visual tones of the picture, I thought, and it really brought out the theme in Act 3 and the final act of Sinful Hands, when his hands have just completely mutated this character. Beautiful show, and it reminded me a lot of a poetic Edward Gorey story brought to animation.
Claymation here was really unique and really textured. I thought there was a lot of layers in use for this one. A lot of boom and bass, doom and gloom. I love the way that the organ was front and center to lead us into this somber film. The second act had the same racing feeling as the first, beginning with our characters' heavy breathing, having woken up with new hands. Though I thought it was really smart how the story blended together when the piano began to play itself, only able to play graveyard sounds and shrill screams. Definitely some foreshadowing there. Speaking of sounds, I thought the editing was really tight here. It was really fitting to start from the end in the beginning and then pilot towards the end and kind of roll out the story in stages. Very stylish and very theatrical.
I loved the animation on this. I felt like it was just like the animation matched the mood and the story perfectly, so I really enjoyed that. It was like very like spooky, scary vibes, and I know I became invested in the characters like early on, and we literally got to see an entire story with no dialogue, which is very impressive. And we got to like see the plot advance and, you know, become even more invested in the characters and in the story. And for that, I really, really like this film.
I really liked this. I loved the animation, like the style of it. It was kind of like Corpse Bride, Coraline, almost claymation-y, but with like a different finish to it, it felt like, or something like that. I don't know quite how to explain it, but I really, really enjoyed the style of animation. I thought it suited the story so well, and it really added to the entire feel for me, and it really kind of got me in the mood as the story was going. I was like, oh, this really fits, and I like wouldn't expect, like I can't imagine seeing this story or like watching this story with any other type of animation now that I've seen it with this, because it just paired together so well. So I thought that that was such a great call. I also loved how they told the story with the different kind of acts or different chapters, it felt like, that kind of helped progress you through the story. I thought that it was really well done.
Bizarre and wild ride. The animation was eerie and fantastical, something I've never seen before. Just the textures were very detailed, very lifelike, but at the same time so grotesque. That shiny quality to all of it, made it kind of uncomfortable, and I liked that it worked. The sounds also really mirrored that, the sound of the chewing at the dinner scene, the cracking of bones, the screaming, even the music really tied into that. I also liked the device of storytelling for the ghostly past, of where the hands had come from. I thought was beautiful, but also tied into the eeriness as well. So it was, very well done. I'll be thinking about that one for a while.
I was thoroughly impressed by this one. What an outstanding job in animation here. The characters were just so detailed and so expressive. The even the lighting, I thought, was just masterfully done. The shots were great. Like, every frame is art in this one. It's just really, really well done that way. And I mean, the story is obviously this sort of fantastical, bizarre tale, and it keeps you into it, and it is just really cool.
It very much echoes kind of a Nosferatu style with its really cool, distinct claymation that's really eye-catching throughout, and also its blend of hand-drawn as well, which sometimes comes into play throughout also. It's a kind of spin on body horror when you think about it. We often see body horror defined as like the mutilation of the human body. In this sense, though, the body horror really is that if you had a part of your body replaced, where did that replaced part come from? And if it came from somewhere malevolent, what could the adverse results of that be? And it's again echoing kind of Nosferatu and classic cinema. It's told in this silent film style, so the images really have to carry it, which is what's so great about the claymation and general design being so good, because it's really the visuals that carry the piece through to the end. It is very well done, and it really exemplifies the power of cinema to not only unsettle us, but to also make us feel something. In these types of horror shorts, it's even better when we elicit emotions other than fear. And this one certainly elicits emotions of sadness and longing and all these other kinds of emotions as well.